Alright everybody, welcome to Good Stuff. It's Dustin Bork. So, if you know anything, you know I'm gonna bitch about sports, that's for sure. And being the 16th, well, I mean technically it's midnight, so we're on Friday now, but we just got done with the Warriors-Cavs game. And God, what a shit show that was. I just don't know anymore. I just don't know about the NBA. I was having a conversation with some friends on Facebook, and we were talking about how the league is just a breeding ground for garbage basketball, and I say that like coming from a viewpoint of a coach. All right, I coach youth sports. So coaching youth sports, I've coached grades, 4 through 11. And when you coach all these different age groups, you figure out certain things are covered at certain ages. I do most of my coaching around the 4 through 8 range, through to middle school, 8th grade through to the last year of middle school. And God, it's just like fundamentals of basketball, don't jump and then look to pass, like how large is your vertical leap to the point where you're going to be able to jump and now take the appropriate amount of time to assess the floor and decide where the ball's going. No, you see the Golden State Warriors left and right, jumping up in the air, doing 360s, just whipping the ball around. I think they had almost like 15 turnovers in the first quarter, and they were almost down 30. Maybe they were down 30. Yeah, what an absolute shit show this game was. And it's too bad, they're showing the stats right now. It's saying not much else. That's a shocker, too, because you don't hear that a lot about the Warriors. They're saying 55 points combined with the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson, and only 13 points from the rest of the team, which is weird for apparently the greatest team to ever play, ever, because they won 73 games. I think there's a point where we're going to start taking things in the NBA with a grain of salt like we're doing it with the NFL. Let me elaborate. Passing yards in the NFL. Everything's inflated now. You get a guy like Matt Stafford who could very well destroy the career passing yard record that Peyton Manning has. Just because he slings it for 4th out every year. And maybe 1 or 2 years they'll get stuff situated in Detroit or wherever he goes after Detroit, and he'll be slinging it for 5. Hell, maybe somebody will start slinging it for 6. Could you imagine that? 6,000 yards in a season by a quarterback. I don't even know what that comes out to be per game for an average. Jesus. But my point is, you think about the NFL and everyone says, passing stats, this, that, and the other thing, and then you're like, well, yeah, but the game is open now. It's arena football now. It's throw 50 times a game, run 10. So when you think about the NBA, okay, they won 73 games. It's like, well, that doesn't say a lot. First of all, most teams tend to take it easy during the regular season. Look at the Cavaliers. They barely gave a shit during the regular season. And look where they are. They're in the finals. So your level of competition in the regular season is already kind of at it's a joke. And then when you move on, you start to think, well, if we're playing a bunch of scrubs, we're just going to start jacking up threes, and we're going to be blowing people out by 40 points, and that's what the Warriors did. So, it's not this crazy idea that the Warriors were able to win 73 games, but you look at their flaws, and it's all that stuff I brought up, the fundamentals, man. when you jump before you pass, it's terrible. It's a terrible idea. It was turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover. I just don't get it. And they're just jacking threes from everywhere. They're not set. I just don't get it. I think it's terrible for the sport. I don't know. I don't have any other way to put it. I was telling people that this series sucks because, in my opinion, anybody who knows me knows I hate LeDouche James. I freaking hate that piece of shit. He's such an arrogant, pompous piece of shit. God, I can't stand him. Oh, I'm gonna give back to the community like crazy. Well, yeah, I would fucking hope so, bro. You're making $100 million off of fucking what, Nike now? It's like, dude, get the hell out of here. It should be required, if it already isn't, and that's not why you're Mr. Publicity, but it should be required that if you make that kind of money, you got to start giving some back to the community. But he's such a pompous piece of shit. But anyways, I hate him, and so I got to watch his team, and then I got to watch a team that I was rooting for last year. But now that I've watched Steph sit there and celebrate against the Thunder the way he did, oh my God, the shit he was doing against the Thunder. I mean, it was like mid fourth quarter, and he's hitting threes, and he's shimmying, and he's screaming. There was like 2 minutes left of the game one time, and he got a crucial steal. He goes to the corner near half court when he has the ball, and he starts beating his own chest while he's dribbling the ball. 2 minutes left of the game, bro. You didn't just make the game-winning steal. Like, what the hell are you... So Steph's pissed me off, too. So now I'm looking, and I see a team with a pompous piece of garbage in LeBron James, and then I see mini pompous piece of garbage in Steph Curry now. He's not this likable cat anymore. He's kind of turning into a douche. So I don't know what it is. I hate cocky in sports. I fucking hate it. I absolutely despise cocky in sports. And a lot of people dig it. A lot of people think, oh, Cam Newton. Oh my God, Cam Newton. Cam's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks out there dancing, dabbing, this, that. I don't dig it, man. I like the quiet guy. I like the humble guy, But yeah. God, that's kind of like what I'm opening up with. It's just tonight looking at this garbage of a basketball game where the Warriors weren't even in it, and then the closest they got back in it was like an 8-point game. It's like, get out of here, man. You're not, I just don't know what to think anymore. But, fuck, we should play a game. Let's see how many times I'm going to yawn in this fucking podcast, episode 102. I don't know what it is. It's weird. It's like when I start talking, apparently I get fatigued. So, I don't know. I don't understand it, but I'm on like my 7th yawn right now. Probably got another one coming. But let's see what I get in front of me here. We got, obviously, what happened in Orlando sucks. There's really no... I don't know. There's just no good way to bring it up. It's a terrible thing that happened. I wouldn't wish death on my worst enemy. I don't know. I guess that's not true because there are some people that have gotten me angry enough to where I want to rip their freaking heads off. But I don't know. I guess the way if you're an innocent, truly decent human being, I would not wish death upon you. Because it's it. That's it. Lights out. Game over. No more lifelines. No more play again. Nothing. We don't know what's after this life. God, that'll bring me into something I was going to talk about later. But, Jesus, I mean, whenever anybody goes on like a shooting spree, you just hold your breath. Because, you don't know. You don't know what it's gonna result in. You don't know how many are gonna die. And I was going to come on and I was going to do this whole thing that I've seen some people do where you read the names, but I actually think in a way it could be disrespectful because the last thing I want to do is mispronounce the name of of the departed. So I just want to say my condolences out to anybody that's been affected by that, and the one that people aren't even really paying attention to, that poor toddler that was pulled into the water by that fucking alligator. And I say fucking alligator, like fuck that, we were here first. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I mean, I get that's funny too. I could trail off on this for 30 minutes too. Talk about animals and bugs and how dare you enter our world. It's like, well, we're the ones that are invading their turf and building shit and building houses and buildings, and then all of a sudden they got nowhere to go. So I can see it from both ends of the spectrum whenever there's an attack on anything from anybody. Don't even get me started on that gorilla shit that went down. But that's tough too. So, the Orlando shooting, the shooting on that singer, also in Orlando, and then the little boy that isn't going to be able to live the life that he should have lived. It's terrible shit, and thoughts and prayers go out to you. Moving on, I want to say thank you to the police and the fire department. Those are our daily sponsors, our 365 sponsors here. Not just at Good Stuff, but at Life. You need your police officers. You need your fire department. They're there for you when shit goes down. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a cocksucker. Don't call them pigs. Don't tell me firefighters are a waste of your tax dollars, because when you're sitting there about to burn to death and that motherfucker breaks a wall down and rips you out and saves your life, you're going to be singing another tune. But until that point, you'll take them for granted. Sure, whatever. But thank you to the police, to the fire department. But yeah, moving on. Keeping the ball rolling. God. I have issues with sleeping. And I went through this, I went through this phase where I was just freaking ODing on, sleeping, Advil PMs, whatever. I figured out, well, it wasn't really me. Shock the other way up. Like yawn number 10 now. It wasn't really me. My wife, fiance, was like, you're going to destroy your insides. You keep taking Advil PMs or ibuprofen PMs, whatever the fuck I was taking. And I'm like, well, why? And they're like, well, Tylenol or something kills your liver, or whenever you take pills. I don't know. I still don't even understand it. But she's a nurse, so I listened. And I said, okay, what am I supposed to do? I've taken melatonin pills. They don't do shit. I've taken all the, prescription sleeping pills. They don't do shit. They shut your body down, but they don't shut your mind down. That's my problem. I can't get my mind to shut the fuck off when I go to bed at night. I just trail off and start thinking about all kinds of things. That's how I come up with 90% of the topics for this show. It's just shit I think about when I'm laying in bed and I can't fucking fall asleep. So, I was sitting there, and the one that bugs me the most is life in general. And when I say that, I mean, what the fuck happens? What's the point? A lot of people are like, what do you mean, what's the point? What do you mean? I mean, what the fuck is the point, man? What's the point? Why are we here? What is it that we're here for, to achieve? And I don't know, it drives me nuts. I will literally lose sleep over this. Hours just sitting there thinking. What's the end? What happens? What happens when you die? Where do we go? What happens? There's a lot of people that do the whole, what do you mean where you go? You just die. That's it. Okay, but what happens to, like, my conscience? Like, what I'm thinking right now? My brain, well, your brain dies. No, but, like, I cannot imagine what the fuck it's gonna be like. And it scares me. I hate that. And that's the shit that keeps me up at night. And, I'll just sit there and think, and then the worst part is, you think about your parents. If your parents are still alive, when are they gonna go? And that one gets me because nobody wants to see their parents die. And then take it another step. Take it another step forward. Go think about your own kids if you got kids. What happens when you pass away? What happens to them? They're gonna live their lives. Yeah, but what if we miss the whole end of the world scenario? But then my kids are there. I can't be there to protect my kids. I gotta sit there and let my daughter deal with it? I can't save the day. I can't try to save the day. I can't hold her and try to help her through the situation. That shit fucks me up, man. That stuff, that keeps my head spinning. And, man, I don't know. That'll literally bug the hell out of me. And I cannot find peace. I can't when I'm thinking about it. I cannot. I've tried all the different things. Everybody says, oh, do the 8-5-4 method or whatever the fucking numbers are, where you take a deep breath, hold it in for 8 seconds. It's like going 11. Exhale for 5 seconds. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 3, or something like that. It's a pattern, and apparently it's supposed to help your brain release certain chemicals which soothe you, calm you down, get you to fall asleep. Dude. I could take deep breaths. I could take quick breaths. It's not gonna matter. If my head doesn't want to shut off, it doesn't shut off. And I guess back to what I was saying about the pills. I figured out what the ingredient was that was the sleepy part of the ibuprofens that were working so well. Because the reason why I stayed away from the prescription stuff, I stayed away from melatonin and all that, is I would take those pills, and let's say they finally worked, or I took enough of them to get them to work, I would wake up the next day feeling like shit. But when I took the ibuprofen PMs, the Advil PMs, I would at least wake up the next day feeling alright. And so I was, I kind of formed. It was probably an addiction because I couldn't go to sleep without them, and I didn't want to go to sleep without them. And I thought that if I did try to go to sleep without them, it was going to be a long and miserable night, and it usually was. So I guess you could call that an addiction, but I certainly wasn't like flipping out, stealing them because I couldn't afford them, or this, that, and the other thing. Which I don't know. Maybe that's just an end of the line form of addiction, but whatever. I mean, I didn't see it as an addiction, but I finally had a revelation. And I had so many people that were like, it's so terrible that you can't go to sleep without these. But I was like, yeah, but who gives a fuck? If I cut out the part that's killing my liver, no. Any pill that you take is going to kill a part of your liver. It's just a matter of which one's more toxic, which one's worse for your liver. They're all bad. So I was just like, well, fuck it. So I woke up one day and I said, I'm done. And I stopped taking them. And I have good days, I have bad days. And usually when I have bad days, I've got tons of topics for a show. Because I'm just sitting there thinking to myself about shit that annoys me and that I'm scared of and that worries me, and then that's what keeps me awake. And then maybe, just maybe, 6 a.m. rolls around and I finally drift into a sleep coma. So, I don't know. It doesn't help when you got 2 fucking dogs that want to lay on top of you, and then a fiance who also wants to be snuggled, which she doesn't get any snuggling because I am not a fan of body heat. So I do everything I possibly can to cut that shit the fuck out of there. I put pillows in between me and the dogs, the whole nine. But then that takes this king-size mattress that we have and cuts it down to like half of a twin. So that sucks. Oh, God. You want to talk LeBron? How about that, huh? You want to get back on basketball? LeBron is so not Michael Jordan, people. You need to fucking cut that shit out. You need to cut that shit out. He's not Mike, okay? He may want to be like Mike, but he's not going to get there. He's nothing close to it. He's just not that good. I'm sorry. He's a LeBron. Michael Jordan is a once-in-a-lifetime player. They call him once-in-a-lifetime players because they're just that, once-in-a-lifetime players. So you people, you need to realize that when you get a once-in-a-lifetime player, that's just it. He's a once-in-a-lifetime player. You're not getting him again. And that was Michael Jordan. LeBron James is Scottie Pippen. That's it. All right? And that just shows you how soft the NBA is right now, that Scottie Pippen is one of the best players, if not the best player in the league right now. Now, that's debatable. That's arguable. I've had this debate 1,000 times. I don't think LeBron is currently the best player in the NBA. That's just me. But that's, hey, I mean, we're all entitled to our opinions, right? Some have more opinions than others. I'm an opinionated motherfucker. And I think that LeBron is garbage. I wouldn't want him on my team. You know, Todd was on Satellite Sundays last week, I believe, and said, oh, you can't tell me a single person who would honestly say they wouldn't want LeBron James on their team unless they had a personal bias. It's nothing like that, man. You know, yeah, I think he's a douchebag, but he's not the guy I want on my team if I'm creating a new team. If I'm creating a new team, I don't want that fucking ego. I'm sorry. I want a coach who's going to coach, not a dick that's going to walk in and get my coach fired 4 times over. How many damn coaches has LeBron been through until finally he had to sit there and bow down to Pat Riley, who said, Spoelstra stays. Shut up. Deal with him. He couldn't run Spoelstra out because that's Riley's guy. And Riley was the only ego that was bigger than LeBron's. Rightfully so. But, you know, whatever. But I'm telling you people, LeBron ain't Jordan. He's not going to be Jordan. Right? How many years has he got left? He's going to win out? I'm not even sold he's winning this year. I'll tell you right now, the Warriors are annoying the shit out of me, but I'm still rooting for him because that's how much I can't stand LeBron James. LeDouche. So, I mean, I'm sorry. He's got little to no character. You want to know where I completely jumped off the LeBron bus? Not that I was ever even on it or trying to catch it, but when he mocked Dirk Nowitzki in the first year in the finals when they met against the Mavericks, Dirk was sick, played through it, didn't have Michael Jordan flu game stats, but Dirk was playing out of his mind that finals. And then what happens? The next game, pregame, him and Dwayne are walking in the tunnel, showing up to the stadium. Man, I think I'm feeling sick. Being cool kids, laughing about it, like dogging on Dirk, thinking that he was faking being sick. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You're not a cool kid, right? You're a tool. You are a tool. You're a rich tool who can dunk. Congrats. I'm done with LeBron James. I'm not even going to waste my goddamn breath on him. Oh, man. Who's watching the OJ doc? Anybody? I checked it out, right? I put the first one on. I think it was just on, playing in the background. I missed the guts of the first episode before the second one came out. So it's not like I could just like crank through. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I didn't get into Making a Murderer, but everybody thought it was amazing. So, you know, the whole documentaries thing is just really popping lately. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. I put it on, and I'm watching it, and, you know, the first episode is just a lot of racial bullshit. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm really not into that. I'm not a fan. I don't give a fuck whose side you're on whose team you're on, what color you root for. I don't care. If I don't like you, I don't like you. And when people are trying to force it seems like the people that made this doc are really pushing their agenda, their, anti-racism, anti-bigotry, anti-blah, blah, blah. They're really pushing it, man. Because, yeah, even though OJ was around when there's a lot of racial shit going on, and OJ was big when that was going on, and blah, 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 there's a lot of inequality, and this, that, and the other. Dude, just make the documentary, make the doc about the murder, right? If you want to give me the background of this cat as an athlete, fine. I dig it. But come on, I don't need to know. Like, there are points in this documentary, I shit you not, if you have not seen it, I don't want to spoil it completely. How do you spoil it? That's like saying I don't want to tell you the ending of the Titanic movie. So no spoilers. I mean, we all know what the fuck happened, what happens. But not to spoil a whole bunch of the doc, I guess is my point. There's literally 20 minutes at a time where they just pull away from the OJ thing completely. You don't hear a damn thing about OJ, and it just goes to race and just white cops beating up on black people. And I'm just like, dude, fuck off. I don't give a shit. I don't want to see it. And everyone's going to say, oh, you're an insensitive prick. You don't give a shit. You're a racist. You're this. You're that. Okay, fine. Fuck you. Fine. Yes. Whatever you want to say about me, fine. See how that works, people? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but go fuck yourself. That's how it works, right? You want to throw the N-word at somebody, you don't like it, fuck off, you don't like it. Say something back, do something. I don't know. Don't fucking cry about it and tell me there's inequality and there's racial issues and there's still bigotry and blah, blah, fucking blah. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Mark Cuban said it best. In today's society, we are all prejudiced in one way or another. You want to deny it? Fucking prove it, dude. You're walking down a street at night, all of a sudden a black dude in a hoodie's walking right at you. You're the only two people on the street. What are you doing? You worried a little bit? Or are you just like, oh, what a lovely fucking night. Don't give a shit about this suspicious guy walking up to me. Lovely night. No, fuck you. You're going to go to the other side of the street. Well, what happens when you go to the other side of the street and all of a sudden there's a bald white dude with a fucking bunch of tattoos everywhere wearing a wife beater coming straight towards you? What the fuck are you going to do? Lovely night. Look at the stars. I can see the Big Dipper. No, fuck you. You're going to cross back over to the other side of the street. It's just the way it is, people. Hell, in Orlando nowadays, you can't really be, like, naturally the way I'm built, I'm an alpha male. I think I'm the best at everything that I do, and I think it's my way or the highway. And God, God, please bless my fiance for dealing with my bullshit. But I'm telling you, man, if it's not my way or the highway, I'm usually not happy about it. So I must be a miserable motherfucker to deal with and to live with. But out here, kind of hard to be that way. Because, what happens? I mean, I used to get in altercations all the time. I've had a couple of people test me out here. Nothing got crazy physical. There's definitely times where I was in people's face out here recently. And who the fuck knows, man? People out here are fucking crazy. They're shooting up nightclubs. I could get my head blown off one of these days for being a hothead like that, for thinking I'm the alpha male and blah, blah, blah. But fucking A, man, that's how I'm programmed. So, whatever with this racial bullshit. Just get it over with and done with. You don't have to make a 5-part fucking documentary where damn near 2 parts of it are just all about race. Racial tensions and blah, blah, blah in the 60s, 70s. I don't give a fuck. You know what my biggest problem with that whole racial bullshit is? Everybody says the white cops were beating on the black people and fucking Asian ladies shooting the fucking, the black little girl in the back of the head, this, that, and the other thing. All terrible stuff. I agree. But who the fuck is teaching these dumbasses to run from the cops? Who? You want to know what my cardinal fucking rule is? Don't fuck with the police. They're here to protect me, but they got a rough fucking job, so it's kind of not a shocker that they're a little high-strung when they get to you. I don't care if they're pulling you over for a busted taillight or if you've been running from them. They're probably going to come in a little hot, right? So why the fuck are you running? What are you thinking? You think he's going to be like, oh, let's go, all right, we're playing a game of tag. No. They're going to come at you. They're going to come at you hard. So back then, it wasn't tasers. It was fucking getting clubbed and shit. They show that dude, Rodney King, I think. I don't know. I don't remember his name. The guy got beat, like, bad in the street by black people. I mean, I'm sorry, by white police officers. And then what happened? Some other shit went down. Found the officers innocent, which was, I mean, the little white officer. How do you feel? Oh, I'm fucking excited, man. I'm innocent. Like, I mean, that was a slap in the face the way that fucking officer reacted to that. But anyways, what happens? A whole community goes on riots. Okay, again, so you're not getting what you want, right? And then how do you act? And then you wonder why people see you as a certain, as a certain way, or view you as a whole based on the color of your skin. But whatever. Anyways, we're going to ignore that. But the entire community goes on a riot, right? It starts burning gas stations and shit. What do? They find the first white motherfucker driving a Mack truck, rip him out of his car, and beat him down like the black guy got beat down by the white cops. They beat this dude down. A bunch of black people beat this white truck driver just fucking driving through. And he had no idea what he was getting himself into. Just beat him doing, bloodied, smashes his head in and shit. Yeah, you guys are much fucking better. We're all humans, people. Who gives a fuck what color? We're all fucked up. So get over this bullshit about race. Get over this racial fucking garbage. Who gives a shit? People are racist, big fucking deals. Just stay away from them. I mean, you walk out your front door one day. Who gives a shit what color the person is? They're holding a big rifle. What are you going to do? Walk up to them? Antagonize them? Are you going to walk up to them? Say, hey, nice to meet you. My name's Dustin. No. What are you going to do? I'm personally just going to walk the other direction. Just walk away. You walk out your front door. There's somebody with a fucking cross on fire wearing all white. What are you going to do? Just walk the other way. What is wrong with today's society? Everybody thinks they got to be involved. Fuck off. Anyways, the damn OJ. I mean, that's why I just took most of my fucking episode up with talking about this, because they're taking up the damn documentary. I want to know what happened in the court case. I want to know all the shit that's going down. But apparently it all bases around race, and that's why they had to get a black attorney to come in and even the playing field and blah, 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 blah. It's just bullshit, right? It's a murder, all right? It's black or white. Giggity. It's black or white, okay? He either did it or he didn't do it. Just show me the fucking murder case. That's all I want to know. I want to know if he hired somebody to do it or if he did it. That's it. Just show it to me. I want to see the doc. So anyways, I finished part 3. That's where part 3 gets you. A whole bunch of racial bullshit, and then finally, the fucking wife's killed, and then another dude, an aspiring model, also killed, and they, apparently have enough evidence to lock this dude up like it's the easiest case in the world, and then all of a sudden, race gets brought into the trial, and, people on the trial won't be able to, judge it, completely unbiased because they may be black and they may find that the murder was not real and fuck the police. The police are putting it on OJ and blah. It's like, dude, get the fuck out of here. So anyways, but it's incredible. First 3 parts, cool. If I can get past this whole racial garbage, it's a cool documentary. I advise anybody who hasn't seen it, go check it out. They're 5 parts. I'm through 3. I think they do 1 a week. So waiting on part 4. But yeah. Oh man, what else? What else we got? How about butchered haircuts, huh? Anybody? Oh my god. Tweet to me at DB2987. Or you can tweet to the main cites Twitter and do hashtag good stuff, and I'll get the question or the comment. But I got a tweet saying, have you ever gotten screwed over getting a haircut? Now, I don't want to destroy where I went and got a haircut because I've been a loyal customer for years. So I'm not going to give them any bad publicity here. But I'm in getting my haircut. Same place I've gone for a long freaking time. I mean, I'm in Florida, so it's a new place, but it's the same corporation. That doesn't give it away. So I ask you the same thing every time. I go finger length on the top and a fade, a 0 to 2 high, mid to high fade all the way up. Just clean cut look. Just a clean cut look. That's all I look for. And this little lady, sweet old lady, she looks adorable. She starts going to it, just trimming everything down and getting me nice and clean. And all of a fucking sudden, I'm like, man, she's going high on this fade. And I don't know, sometimes I'm just out of it, but I'm watching her. And I think the way you do a fade is you go with the longest length first, and then you gradually keep trimming away at it. I might be wrong. If you're a hair person, you can tweet me and fucking tell me how you really do a fade. But I think the way is you do the longest length on the side, then you keep trimming away at it, and then you fade it down. She goes all the way short first and high as fuck. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, Jesus, lady, I'm not enlisting. Like, I looked like I had a straight crew cut, like all the way around, high fade, almost borderline mohawk. And I'm just like, not borderline mohawk, like borderline like thick mohawk, like Brock Lesnar mohawk. So I'm watching her do this, and I'm just like, fuck, what the fuck's going on? And then I see one of the ladies who usually cuts my hair. I'm not one of those dicks that's, I'm here to see Rachel. She'll be back from lunch. All right, I'll wait. No, fuck that. I'm just in to get my hair cut. 20 minutes. It's a simple, standard, clean haircut. Cut it. End of story. And she's just butchering it, man. And finally, I'm like, hey, can you, I've had her do the haircut. Can you get her over here real quick? She comes over. I'm not a fucking Yelper, all right? I'm not a Yelper. I'm not a fucking look your business up on Yelp and dissect you, get you bad Yelp reviews, get you fired. I'm not a Yelper, all right? I'm a then and there person, all right? If I get a problem, I get it handled then and there. That's it. So I'm getting dissected. I'm like, I call this girl over. I'm like, hey, no big deal, but I'm like, I feel like the fade's a little jacked up. And she's like, well, what do you, all right, give me 1 sec. Let me see what I can do. She tries to fix it. She's like, no, it's not good. Unfortunately, excuse me, yawn again. Unfortunately, it's too short on the sides. It's too high. I can't do anything about it. I'm like, well, what if you cut down a little on the top? She's like, well, yeah, that'll help. I'm like, all right, go down a little bit on the top. Basically, I end up fucking walking out of there with a shaved fucking head. And I'm just like, okay. But no big deal. They comped me. They gave me a free haircut coupon for the future. So I'm fine with it. But, man, if I was in any kind of industry where I had to care about my physical appearance, I probably would have been lit. I probably would not be going back. But I'll give it another shot. I'll try to avoid this little lady. Again, 100%. But yeah, no, I'm not that guy. I'm not the fucking dick Yelper that fucking, you sent this order out with mashed potatoes. I asked for French fries. 1 star. No, I'm not that fucking Yelper. No, I'm not that guy. You know that guy. That guy wears like khakis to dinner by himself with his fucking glasses, his same goddamn little white crew cut haircut, white hair, white salt and peppery hair, just sitting there in this polo and khakis and fucking Yelp reviewing away, got all the awards and shit. No, I'm not a Yelper. Fucking Yelpers, man. God, I can't stand people that have no lives. Well, my life kind of sucks, so Whose can I ruin? Yeah, fuck you. Oh, man. How about, speaking of websites, GoFundMe. Now, a lot of people, I mean, it's great platform, right? GoFundMe. Think about the Orlando people that everything that went down. Excuse me, that's like 14. Everything that went down, you create a GoFundMe account, and then people can go in, throw $20 in, whatever, drop money in, and all of a sudden you get a few thousand, if not more, to help you with the situation. I get that, but doesn't the general idea, unless it's tragedy, seem kind of like a privileged cocksucker created it? Like an entitled, fucking privileged rich kid was like, well, Daddy won't let me get this new Benz, so I'm going to make a website where I can basically sit here and say, I need a Mercedes, and people are going to donate to me, and I will raise the money myself. Like, it seems like kind of a cunty fucking site. Just the idea of it. Now, like I said, you use it for tragedy, someone dies, someone has cancer. I get it. But I just don't think it was created for that reason in the very beginning. I don't know. I would have to like see the history of it and find out that I'm an asshole and it was created for someone who was diagnosed with cancer or had a mom who's died. And they're in a bind. They really need money. Fine. But it just seems like kind of a cunty move, like really privileged people, they got shit, don't appreciate what they have, finally want something, they get told no, and then they're like, well, I'm going to find a way to get it, instead of just going out and getting a job and getting it themselves. Yeah, so fuck that. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Whatever. Man, what else really pisses me off, man? Be well. Be well. Don't tell me to be anything. Be well. All I picture is fucking Spock. I go in, every time I go into freaking Walgreens, I don't know what it is, Walgreens or CVS, they're all the same to me. These motherfuckers. What happened to Good Day? What happened to Catch You Later? Why are you doing that? What happened to have a good one? What is this be well bullshit? Don't tell me to be. It seems so condescending. I hate it. Be well. Go be fuck yourself. I hate be well. Don't ever tell me to be well. I think it's the most annoying thing in the world. I can't stand it. Yeah, God, I hate that shit. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I covered everything. God. Shit, man. I mean, Draymond Green's got an issue with kicking people in the nuts. We know that. OJ Doc, Life, why are we here? Tweeting about butchered haircuts, victims in the Orlando shooting. Again, fucking terrible. Yelp Review Guy, who created GoFundMe. Be well this weekend. Alright, this weekend. I'm a huge wrestling fan, if you don't know. I had a rough last few months, 6 months or so. I really oh God, fucking yawning. Just in case you don't know, it's 1 a.m., so that's why I'm fucking tired. Even though I don't go to bed until like 6 a.m., I don't know why, I'm fucking tired. But anyways, I'm congested for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just, ever since I started watching wrestling, I was a Shawn Michaels fan. This guy's out there, he's athletic as fuck. He's not the biggest dude out there, but he's making you believe he can beat the biggest dudes out there. And he's funny. And I'm like, dude, this guy is special. And Michaels goes out, and then, God, you're just like, fucking hey, man, what is there now? Then I see Seth Rollins show up. Same fucking thing. Unbelievable. It's like they cloned Michaels. Or it's like Michaels banged this dude's mom. It was an estranged mother, just a groupie hooked up with her, and the kid got all of Sean's genes. I don't know. But anyways, incredible. Same in-ring ability. Funny, annoying funny. And just same thing. He's not the biggest dude, but he makes you believe he can take out the biggest dude. And there's a crazy pay-per-view this weekend. And it just turned out that now the NBA champion will also be announced on the same night. You got Money in the Bank this Sunday, and then you got NBA Finals Game 7 this Sunday. So, it's going to be a jam-packed Sunday night because not only are you going to know who the new NBA champions are, but you're going to know who the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion is. You're going to know who the Money in the Bank winner is, who 9 times out of 10 cashes in to win the title. And then, God, you know, in the world of wrestling, you got this whole brand split thing that everybody's talking about that seems so freaking cool. I mean, it seems so freaking cool. I'm so glad if they bring, you know, they're going to bring another title back, so you're going to have 2 people that can be the champions, so that way it's not all one dude. Because I hate Roman Reigns, but if they chose Roman Reigns over Seth Rollins to be a champ for a while, I'd be pissed. Because Roman is not on Seth's level. And at least with this brand split, you could send Roman to SmackDown. I wouldn't be happy if they sent Rollins to SmackDown, but if they do it, I'd be like, all right, go there and fix SmackDown. Because at least he'd be the champ. But yeah, the brand split, it seems badass. I'm excited for it. I'm hoping that, I don't know. I want the Hardys back also. They're over there rotting in TNA. It really does suck ever since they just destroyed all their own competition. It just seems like one pizza shop for an entire continent is not enough. And that's what I just don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like that there's no WCW, no ECW, there's no alternate brand. I understand that that's the best way for the WWE to make their money. You want to dominate. It's the same thing with me. I want my show to be the best. I don't want any competition. I don't want our website to have any competition. I want to dominate. I want to be the king. But at the same time, at least if you got some competition, you're striving to get better, and you don't get lackadaisic. You don't just sit and just, think, oh, well, no big deal, no one will leave, there's nothing else. So, whatever. But, I mean, that's this weekend. It's going to be a bomb-ass weekend. Yeah. It's going to be a jam-packed Sunday. I'm excited for Sunday. Yeah, man. So, woo! That's all I got for you today. We got episode 102. I had fun. I rambled about all kinds of shit. I want to send a special shout out, to Team Nissan in Manchester, New Hampshire. They helped my wife get all set up with her second Nissan. She traded in her old car and got a gorgeous new pimped out SUV there. Very, very nice. Very nice. If you ever need anything car or truck, anything, Nissan, they can hook you up at Team Nissan in Manchester. Go and ask for Ralph Fast or Rob Miller. Tell them you heard from Dustin. They'll hook you up. Trust me. But yeah, thank you for listening. Good stuff.